there are some people who will tell you, well, that people have been homeless since the beginning of time. There'll be people who are homeless, long after we're all gone. That to me is a defeatist attitude. It's an issue that drains the resources of cities and local governments all across the country. But it's a solvable challenge. When you listen to some of the stories of these individuals, you start to say, there but for the grace of God go I. The true picture of those who are homeless, that kind of defies the stereotypes. Yes, there are people who are homeless because they have severe substance abuse and addiction challenges that they're trying to deal with. But there are people who are homeless, who are suffering from mental illness. There are people who are homeless because, they lost their job. There are people who are homeless because somebody that they love gets sick, and they spent everything they have to pay, to help that person get well. There are people who are homeless, who are women who have been battered and abused, who have no place to go, who don't know where to go. You have all kinds of situations in which sometimes, in a most unexpected way, hit us, and then the next thing you know, you have nothing, and again, sometimes it's through no fault of your own. I mean, most of the time it's through no fault of your own. One of the sad things is that 40% of all people who are homeless are veterans. These are people who served our country. Having a home, having a place to live, empowers people. It provides stability, for families, for kids, and for adults. It gives you an address so that you can apply for jobs. It gives you some peace of mind, so that you can start working on some of the other challenges that you face. And my experience has been that people, who may have, experienced homelessness and sometimes even chronic homelessness, when you give them a stable setting, a place to live, a home, that you can break that cycle of homelessness. A home is stability, and to the extent we can provide more people stability, that's a good thing. We give people stability, then they can kind of take a lot of the other challenges that life has to throw at them on their own. Part of what a community should be about is making sure that in those circumstances, when people find themselves with nothing, when people find themselves in the most vulnerable states of their lives, that there's a support structure there. Being labeled a compassionate city, to me, is something we should strive for. I'd like to think that as a community, that we would want to solve this problem because it's the right thing to do. We could talk about the dollars and cents that you would save, but to me there's a moral aspect to this challenge too. I'd love Worcester to be known as the community that's leading the way to end poverty, to end homelessness, to end hunger.